So, I'm making the Major Endemic. So, you'll be wondering, if some of you might not because I already released a trailer basically doxing me, which is like, Daniel, what is the Major Endemic? Well, for those who don't know, well, the Major Endemic is this thing about, well, some people's problems, like, reflected. I mean, it's kind of like me, other people, and others people's problems separated into people. And like, I don't know, a guy who's like having to deal with this kind of stuff, and like, don't know, and somebody who's getting like bothered in everywhere, like, I don't know, school chats, family, and all that stuff. And this guy who thinks that children is a burden. It's actually inspired in my dad, uh, which he thought otherwise when he was like, uh, before he even had children or like some sort of stuff like that. And this psychologist has to deal with his life because he thinks that these problems are basic. I mean, like, and his problems are complex or like something like that. Yeah, I'm pretty much creating stories about people who have problems that are super complex and like, as you may see, well, not in the comic. Well, I'm basically making a comic for this, um, to like prepare for 2031, or like, let's just hope I'm still alive by then. Uh, it's because I want to prepare to like create the story so that I don't make it like improvising or some sort of stuff like that. Like, so that I have a plan of how to do the story, and like, I mean, I already have the parts that I want to do the story. I just need to analyze how to put it together and like create them. So like, we have this guy. This guy is literally named like the same guy from Plague. His name is Alex. Yeah, he's like, I don't know, having to do with porn and that stuff. Yeah, that's, well, that's a problem people have. Like, well, and he had this life that was like super hard. He was autistic. Yeah, he went to the psychologist. I was just drawing the part where the psychologist blew up. Yeah, it's crazy. And like, well, he has much of a complicated life, and so like, he expects a person to fix that life, and he finds it, and he loses that person, and then he manages to get it back. Like, you're going, you're going to understand it once I sent the first comic or something like that. Well, and there's this other guy, no, actually gal, like, she doesn't have any friends, literally. Well, and she's like being, I don't want to say bullied because it's not like that. Well, whatever. It's being bullied by its like classmates. Like, it's being like, she's saying like, oh, I don't want you guys to treat me like this because it's not well for me. And they're like, oh well, you're a piece of shit. You're stupid. Like this, yeah. It's action inspired kind of. And a friend I got in school, and a bit of, a little bit of what they sent me. Yeah, I literally had like no no stuff that I was like complaining about. For those who are watching video that are from the class, and like, she having family problems like arguments and all that stuff, and dining or not or all, and like, she like has a horrible life, we can say. And like, well, the friend she has, but she doesn't have because she doesn't know him. She just knows him as a classmate. He's this guy. I don't really know how to name this guy. Oh, the girl's name is Kim. Well, whatever. And I'm gonna make a sub part of that where like, so this guy wants to die or something to like end the problems because that's what people would, what's a suicide want to do. Like, And so in the sub part, the she dies and everything turns into hell. And but in the normal series, someone comes out saves her to like prevent that. But what are they representing to this parent who thinks that his children is a burden, which is actually based on my dad. Because like it's like, oh, and also this dad is kind of blaming its family, and like he's super stressed because he doesn't sleep and like all this stuff. He's like, oh, you're not feeding the kids. Oh, you're not telling him how to respect. Oh, you're not basically telling them how to do stuff. I'm about to get fired. I'm literally at this point because they're telling me to do this and I can't do it because I can't focus on it. Like they're saying, bro, go to sleep. Like, no, 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 no. You guys have to do sports and all this stuff. Well, we're going to put my dad there. Yeah, because my dad is pretty much all that I mentioned. And he's a psychologist. Well, those are the four main characters for now. And the psychologist who's like, some people's problems are like, oh, I want to die because I don't have friends. Or like, oh, this thing has happened to me and it's complicated. And this is like, it's not. It's basic. Actually, Alex went there with a psychologist and like he went to talk and he blew up. Yeah, he literally blew up. I wrote in the comic. Yeah, I'm gonna add a reason for that. I'm gonna explain it later. But well, he's, a psychologist has like many problems. I can't explain because I have the ideas. I haven't brainstormed the ideas yet. As I said, I'm trying to think while I do the comic so that I have a guide of what I can or like what I need to do. And he's like, well, um, your problems are minor. You have to like find a solution for it because it's basic, not stuff. So like he thinks he can't find a solution to this problem because his problem is too complex and few people have it. Like he's stressed. He's stressed. And well, and so like these four protagonists and like I don't know, they're not protagonists, they're actually normal people. That's why yeah, this actually failed my comic. I don't know. Actually doesn't have protagonists because they're just normal people. And like so like what we're to do is like put all people's problems, my problems, other people, forget my problems, other people's problems, family problems, every kind of problem into separate people, so like people can get identified with it, and to think of how to solve that, and how to think it, and like how to see how their problems are pictured and all that stuff. It's it's not really complicated, but I'm also doing this this super feature that's like helping me for a comic like do a real cause and effect. Like for example, let's say let's say let's say this guy to, to have more accurate weather, you like put a lot of planes are there to check constantly how the weather is. What many people will do and many kids will do is like paint that sky with some planes, and now many kids will paint it super uh, a lot of planes and all that stuff. Or like let's say the stock market, like let's say a product raises that was cheap and everyone wanted to buy it suddenly raises cost. What will the people think? They will like they will be alarmed or something. That's actually inspired with the MacBook Neo right now. Oh, actually, what you can do is you can buy a MacBook Neo right now, and when when next year comes and there is a MacBook Neo 2, you can like sell it, and you can put all your data on the MacBook Neo 2, and yeah, that's what I'm planning to do with my MacBook Neo, pretty much. Well, anyways, and so like this, I believe, is going to be the best kind of series I'm going to do. It's like it's going to represent many people's problems in different ways and different aspects and all that stuff, and I feel pretty excited because like once I make my company, like I'm going to turn 13 like on October. Well, the good thing is that my parents won't stalk my account once I'm 13. Hey, I got the chance to like make my YouTube channel, which is going to be an official start of my company. Well, I'm pretty much doing a company, and like so like I'm going to do a company where I put millions and millions of ideas into thoughts and like media and all that stuff. Like for example, Plague should be the first movie that this my company will release because it's like the first idea I had after watching 20 Days Later. Yeah, it's pretty much a not a mockbuster, but like it's pretty much like a what happened during 20 Days Later kind of idea, and but based on different stories and trying to make well Danny Boyle's message from 20 Days Later more clear and like more thoughtful. But anyways, continuing with the topic, a major endemic is going to represent you in general. Like, for example, I don't know, I can't find a job, or like I'm having serious problems with my family. Like, I don't know, any kind of problem. Like, well, I like good to make many people realize of like their problems and all this stuff. But like, I'm not going to like vulgarize them or something like that. I'm just going to like put the problems into a series and all this stuff, like so that they can see it, like they can think and they can like well see them, like well. But anyways, I know this does not sound very informative, but you'll find it after I release the comic, which is going to be in a video because there's this 10 limit. There's this 10 picture limit that YouTube has, and it's like sad. But well, anyways, I'm going to release the comic in a video, and you guys can see it. You guys can think about it because like the first comic is going to be crazy. Yeah, it's a crazy psychologist blows up, and like you know, I'm going to make sure not to make cliches because I'm gonna like, make an original story based on people, like all that. It's like, well, this is going to be the major endemic, and thank you guys for seeing the video. Right, I'll see you later. Goodbye. Hey, also, good luck at school. I'm still in school, thank God. Hey, goodbye.